Alright, it's I don't know, January here. Supposed to get cold this week. Thought maybe I'd get one more night to work in the shop before it got so frigid cold that we couldn't stand it. Working on 820. I got my parts for my cylinder. I got that piece threaded, and that piece is threaded and welded into the bottom of the cylinder. My ball joints are there, both of them. I'm thinking I need to cut down the threads. They're threaded all the way back in there 2 inches, and this end 2 inches also. But anyhow, I want to cut that down about 3/4 of an inch so that they thread in there further. Everything fits, but there's no adjustment. And the rod is extra long, so I need to cut it off yet too. Actually, the cylinder right now is all the way collapsed, and that should be complete right-hand turn, and I've got too much rod there, so I need to cut about that much of the rod off, and this piece needs to be down here. But I want to cut the threads off at ball joints before I do all that, because I want to have some adjustment in it. That's what I'm working on tonight. Some people said I needed to have some clamps, and yes, I do need to have a clamp here to hold these from vibrating around, because there'll be hoses going from here down to the cylinder. And oh my gosh, what happened? Yeah. I needed to order one more ball joint. I needed to order my shifter boots. But that only totaled about $15, $16, $17, something like that. And I thought, well, you know, I do need a new seat cushion because the seat's all busted up. I thought, well, I'd buy some new seat cushions and that would give me enough to fulfill the order. Well, you can't buy these cushions. You gotta buy the whole thing. There's a new bracket, new bottom, new backrest. So that was only about $85, and I couldn't buy the cushions any cheaper. So I pulled the seat off. Pulled the old seat off. And at that point I got to thinking, you know, if I pulled them bolts out around there, the 3-point hitch had been leaking down. So while I'm this close, I pulled the 3-point hitch off. That's the cylinder out of it. That's the top cover without the cylinder. But here's the piston. I don't know. You can see how wore off that is. So I'm going to put some new seals in that. Clean this all up. While I'm there, I'm going to clean this up and put all the seals back in this piece so that there's one less problem. I need to put a clamp on this line here, because this line is floating around. Probably need to put one up here also. And I'll probably put one back in here someplace on this. But yeah, and I was nicely surprised that the gears all look good. The ring and pinion all look good. I need to change the oil in it now that I've got the top off. I did change the filter, but I never changed oil, so I'm ready to drop the oil out of it. But I wanted to get all this done first. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Like I say, here's my new boots. I already had to take them back off. Had them on once, but packed the gear shift levers with grease. Yeah, that's what I'm up to, and like I say, I'm gonna cut them parts of that cylinder down and make sure I can still get it in there, but that's just how it's gonna be mounted. And make sure I can get the whole thing steering properly. My cylinder has the proper amount of stroke. I just need to get the length of the rod to the right place where I have a little bit of adjustment both ways, and then she'll be good. So anyhow, that's what I'm up to. Thanks for watching.